So I went from 40K in debt to being a multimillionaire in my 20s by building online businesses. I've tried out a ton of different business models in the past, and in this video, I'm going to tell you what I think is the best online business to start as a beginner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back up everything I say with as much logic as possible so this makes sense to you. So with that being said, let's dive right in. So first thing first, I want to talk about the concept of beginning with the end in mind. What I mean by this is exactly asking yourself, what kind of life do you want to live in the future? Because if you're dead broke, you don't really have the luxury of choosing how you make money. You don't have the option. You should be taking like every single opportunity that comes to you when it comes to making money. But once you're past the survival phase, building a business you absolutely hate will make you miserable, no matter how much you're making. So even if you're making a lot of money, if you hate what you're doing, you're gonna hate your life. So as an example, some businesses I've built made me lots of money, but I absolutely hated it because I absolutely hated the business model and what it required me to do day to day. As an example, a lot of people start an agency because on YouTube, people are promoting this agency business models, right? Basically selling services to client. But the thing is, everyone I know who owns an agency hates their lives. They hate their business. They hate having to do sales calls, constant meetings, clients always nagging you on why they're not seeing results, and a lot of BS like this, right? So my question to you is, even if you're making a lot of money, is this the life you want to live every day? Let's say you're making 10K a month or even 100K a month. But if you're getting clients just nagging you and doing sales calls and just doing a lot of stuff that you hate doing day to day, is that really the life that you want to live? Because what's the point in making a lot of money if you hate your life, right? So the goal should be to make money while enjoying your life and also enjoying what you're doing. So for that reason, I believe a best business to start is a business that is obviously profitable so you can make money, but it also allows you freedom. Now, when it comes to freedom, a lot of people only think financial freedom. Believe it or not, financial freedom is the easiest one because literally every single business out there can get you financial freedom. But not a lot of businesses out there gives you the other two types of freedom, which the first one is time freedom, being able to work whenever you want. And the other one is location freedom, being able to work wherever you want. So this is what I call the freedom trifecta, and there are very few businesses out there that allows you all three freedom: financial, time, and location. But if you can get that, you can live the most amazing life because you basically have financial freedom and you can work whenever you want to. So if you wake up one day and you don't feel like working, then you don't have to, right? So you can choose to take days off anytime you want. You can also go and work wherever you want. All you need is a laptop and a Wi-Fi. You can pack up and travel to Thailand or go to Greece, wherever you want, and you can decide to work from there or not work. That is up to you. But having a business that allows you complete freedom like this, in my opinion, is the ultimate goal. All right, so how do we actually do that? Well, first, you need to understand that there are essentially three types of businesses. First one is selling a service. Second is selling physical products. And third is selling digital products. Let's start with the first one. So these are the service-based businesses. As an example, we're talking marketing agencies. You could be freelancing. You can be, selling fitness coaching services. Could be virtual assistant, social media management. Pretty much anything where you're selling a service. Now, the pro of this business is the low startup cost. Now, I put this in quotes because yes, technically, you can start with pretty much free, although it's not as simple as that. You're often investing more money in doing the operations as well as, tools and softwares and this and that, as well as a lot of time. And, me personally, time is money, right? But that is like the benefit that all these gurus online will tell you. Now, for me, the con is that you got to do sales calls constantly, although those are good experience. It is a good experience to have, but it's not something you want to do all the time, right? You'll be dealing with annoying clients all the time, constantly. People will always complain. Now, this is what I don't like the most is that if you want to scale the business, you have to hire a ton of people. You cannot just scale very simply by having a lean team, right? Because you're providing a service, it's very capped in terms of scalability. So you have to hire a bunch of people and you're going to have this massive team, and it's just going to be such a headache to just manage all these people. And that's going to, produce a ton of meetings that you have to do both with the clients and with your team members. And it just will not give you time freedom or location freedom at all. And the reason why is because let's just say you got a bunch of meetings lined up through the week. That means you have to work and you have to do those meetings at the time, right? You cannot just say, hey, this week I feel like going to this remote island in Bali. They have no internet, so I'm not going to be able to work. Like with other freedom-based businesses, you can, but with this business, which does not allow you time freedom, you cannot, right? You have to work whenever, the clients is asking. If you want to travel the world, the time zone becomes an issue too, because I met a lot of people when I lived in Bali where they had clients in the US time zone, but Bali is the complete opposite time zone. So what they do is they work during the night and they sleep during the day. And I'm like, dude, why are you even in Bali? Like, you can't enjoy Bali at all. You're sleeping during the day. Like, why are you even here? So that is why it's very hard to achieve time freedom and location freedom with a service-based business. And if you're watching this and you're saying, oh, you can just hire somebody to do the work for you, right? Please don't get me started on this, because only those who never ran businesses will tell you that your business will be 100% passive once you outsource the work. If you truly built a business before, you know that even if you hire somebody to do the work for you, you'll have to manage that person. Even if you hire a manager to manage your team, you'll be managing the manager. You always have to check what they're doing. You know, things will constantly break and they'll keep reporting back to you, so you have to deal with that. So nothing is truly passive. So that was a service-based business. Now let's talk about physical product-based businesses. These are the Amazon FBA, clothing lines like selling, clothes, selling homemade crafts on Etsy. Could be real estate investing too. Real estate is a physical product, right? Your properties are the physical product that you deal with. Now, honestly, for the pro of physical products, I literally cannot think of anything. I'm not trying to be biased here, right? I just really cannot think of anything besides maybe it's kind of cool to, hold the product in your hand once you make it because it's your product. But besides that, I really cannot think of anything. Now, the cons of physical product-based businesses is that you're dealing with manufacturing, so you have to create the product, right? You have to deal with shipping and handling, delivering the product. You have to store the product, so you have to learn inventory. They're low profit margin because there are, fees. All of these that I just explained has fees. And you don't have any location freedom. The reason why you don't have any location freedom with a physical product-based business is because at least when you're just starting, you often ship the product to your house for inventory until you start making more money and you can reinvest into a warehouse as an example, or you can send it to Amazon, but there's fees associated with that as well. Plus, you want to ship it to yourself so you can do some quality checks as well. Now, once again, with real estate investing, your property is the product, right? And you often have to go and check the property to make sure your tenants is behaving, nothing's breaking. Sometimes they do break something, so you have to go and fix it up. Now, my dad does real estate investing in Hawaii, and he does a lot of fix and flips, right? So he buys properties, fix it up, and flips it. Now, you will not believe how often the properties get vandalized. Like, people come in and steal shit, right? So many times my dad literally has to sleep in the property just so people don't come during the night to try and steal solar panels and stuff like that. Now, I understand that maybe he's investing in a bad neighborhood, but this could happen literally anywhere. So just the additional headaches is just insane to me. And I also got multiple real estate properties, so I can tell you that I really don't like real estate investing. Because what if you want to move to Thailand or Bali or Europe or anywhere, right? Maybe you want to do that short term, or maybe you want to permanently relocate to a country because you don't agree with the politics at where you're at. Well, it's going to be super hard if you have a physical product-based business, because if you're constantly traveling around the world, how are you going to ship those products to you, right? How are you going to check on your real estate properties? Or if you're doing e-commerce, once again, how are you going to ship it? How are you going to store it? It's going to be very hard. So that's why a physical product-based business does not offer location freedom. Now, the last one is selling digital products. So these are Amazon KDP, so you can sell books on Amazon. It could be selling online courses, doing YouTube, SaaS, so selling software. It could be print on demand as well. So print on demand is essentially selling shirts or books or anything, but it's only printed and shipped once you make a sale, so you have zero inventory. So the pros of digital products are low startup cost, high profit margin because you don't have those fees associated with manufacturing, shipping and handling, inventory, nothing. So you have way higher profit margins. You have location independence because literally everything is online. All you need is a laptop and a Wi-Fi, so you can go anywhere. You have no inventory. Once again, you have no shipping. And because you don't have to learn all those things, like you don't have to learn how to do shipping, you don't have to learn how to do inventory. And for that reason, there are a lot less steps that you have to learn to get started compared to other businesses. And that's why I say low learning curve. And as for the cons, once again, I'm not trying to be biased, but in my opinion, there are no cons. So as you can see, selling digital products is my favorite form of an online business because not only is it very simple to start because there are a lot less steps that you have to learn because there are a lot less things that you have to do in the business, right? No shipping, handling, those kind of things. But also it gives you all three forms of freedom. Once again, financial freedom is easy, but very few businesses will give you financial freedom and time and location freedom. Well, if you sell digital products, you can get that. So now that we established that a digital product-based business is the best type of business, the question now is which one is exactly the best one? Because there are a lot of different digital product-based business out there, right? The big thing to understand is that not all digital product businesses are equal. Because even if you sell digital products, let's say you decided to sell your products on your own website, then you will still have to build a website, right? You have to drive traffic to the website because your website has no visitors. So you have to get visitors to the website. You have to set up payment processing, learn how to take payments. Then once you make a sale, your job is not done. Like you have to do customer service, right? And ongoing work that's going to be required from there. Then you got to figure out how to do refunds and, maintain tools and softwares. And there are a lot of work that's associated with this. But what if you can sell digital products without having to deal with any of those? Well, believe it or not, you can do this by leveraging the world's biggest online retail store, and that is Amazon. So when people think of Amazon, they think of physical products like this. They think you can only sell physical products on Amazon. However, you can actually sell digital products on Amazon too. And when I say digital products, I am talking about digital books. So we're talking ebooks, audiobooks, even paperback books. So these are physical books, but it's printed on a print-on-demand model. So you have zero inventory. So with all other businesses, right? Even if it's a digital product-based business, you still have to build a website. You still have to drive traffic to the website, set up payment processing, customer service, refunds, maintain tools and softwares, everything that I listed earlier. But by leveraging Amazon and selling digital products on Amazon, everything that I just listed, Amazon does it for you. You don't have to build a website because Amazon already has a website. You sell it on there. You don't have to drive traffic to your own website because there are literally millions of customers every single day going to Amazon trying to buy something. So these are the perfect audience to show up in front of, right? You don't have to do payment processing. Amazon takes payments for you. Amazon does the customer service for you, which is like insane because customer service is the biggest headache if you have a business, and Amazon handles that for you. They handle refunds for you, and you don't need expensive tools and softwares that comes with all this. So all you have to do is research the topic. In this case, research what is selling, what is a popular book topic. Then you actually create the product, which is creating the book, and then you market it. And it's as simple as that, right? It's just 3 simple steps to learn. If you do other businesses, you still have to do these 3 steps. You got to research the market, create the product, and you have to market the product. However, on top of those steps, you still have to do inventory. You got to figure out shipping and handling. You got to do customer service, refunds, payment processing, building a website, so many different things. So if you're a beginner, watching this is your first online business, would you rather start a business that only requires you to learn 3 things, 3 simple steps, or a business that has like 20 different moving parts? So this business is called Amazon KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing, and this business fulfills the freedom trifecta. It gives you financial freedom, also location freedom, because you can work from anywhere, right? All you need is a laptop and a Wi-Fi. And it also gives you time freedom. You have 0 sales calls, no customer service, no client, right? It's one of the best one-person business to start. This is the exact business that once again took me from $40,000 in debt to becoming a self-made millionaire at age 26. And I still build this business to this day. And this business allowed me to travel the world, right? So I built this business while living in Bali. So this is me in Bali. And I also went to Thailand. This is me in Hawaii. I've also went to many other countries, including Europe. And if you're watching this and you're like, yeah, these online businesses are cool, but you cannot sell it like how you can sell real estate properties. It's not a tangible product. Well, you're wrong, because I've actually sold my first Amazon KDP account for $820,000. So I was making multiple 6 figures a year for many, many years. And in the end, I flipped it, right? Just like flipping real estate, I sold it for $820K. So these books that we are producing on Amazon is a sellable asset. Just like real estate investing, if you rent it out, you can collect rent checks every month. You can collect royalty checks from Amazon from your books. And if you want to flip it in the end for a big exit, you can too, just like how I did, right? The only difference between real estate investing and publishing books on Amazon is that you can literally do it for less than 1% of the cost. Like, how many real estate properties can you buy for, let's say, 100K? Very few nowadays, right? Especially in the US. Well, for less than 1% of the cost, you can produce these books that often makes hundreds of dollars a month. If you're good and if you know what you're doing, you can make thousands of dollars a month from one book. So that is why I think this business is significantly better than real estate investing or pretty much any other business out there. And once again, I can say this because I own a bunch of real estate. And believe it or not, books are one of the best selling products on Amazon. So it sells very, very well. And more than 70% of all book sales are coming from Amazon's platform, Kindle. So basically, Amazon dominates the book market. So if you're going to do this business, you want to go where the customers are buying books from, right? So obviously you should be selling on Amazon. And if you're going to come and build a business, It's important that you're building a business in a market that is expanding, not shrinking. And believe it or not, the publishing industry is a thriving $29 billion industry that is still growing by 16% or more each year, which is exactly what we want. We want a market, once again, that's expanding. Now, this is another statistic that really makes you think how insane Amazon is. But when people do online shopping, right? When people spend money online, 40% of that is being spent on Amazon. Literally 40% of every dollar that is spent online is on Amazon. The second place is Walmart at 6%, so it's not even close. So if you're going to build a business, once again, do you want to build a business where you sell on Walmart or you want to sell on Amazon? Obviously, it's going to be on Amazon. And if you're watching this and you're thinking, well, Sean, you're obviously biased because you have a YouTube channel teaching this business, you make money from this, and that's a legit point. So let me show you a message that I got from someone I know who also had a KDP business. He sold the business for $175,000 a couple years ago, and he went on and built other businesses, because people do this all the time. People get shiny object syndrome thinking other businesses are better. But he sent me this message, right? He said, after a few years away and experimenting with different business models, I've come full circle and just realized how truly incredible KDP self-publishing really is, and I've decided to come back and start a brand new business. Having zero client deliverables and not having to handhold clients or chase leads around is just too good. I was an idiot for stopping. So that's just one example, but you're not going to believe how many times I get messages from people who left the businesses for a couple years. While trying to build other businesses, they realize that the books they published a few years ago is still paying them every single month 100% passively. All right, so I sincerely think this is a pretty crazy business model. But with that being said, if you're watching this and you're like, but Sean, I'm not a writer, I can't write books, so this is not for me. Well, you actually don't have to be a writer, because you can hire ghostwriters, and it's actually a lot cheaper than you think. You can use AI to help you write as well. AI is getting crazy nowadays, and you can create a lot of books like this. I talk about this on my channel a lot, both using ghostwriters and using AI. You can also publish books that are more design heavy instead of text. So instead of publishing like nonfiction or fiction books, you can also publish like coloring books if you like that, right? And that has nothing to do with being a writer. Now, English is actually my second language. I'm originally from Japan. I've published over 400 books, and I never wrote a single one myself. I've always used ghostwriters or AI. So this is an example of a ghostwriting company that I use. If you guys want to check it out, I'll leave a link below this video. But you can basically start an order and send them, whatever topic you want to write about, and they will start writing it for you. Or if you don't want to pay for ghostwriters and start making these books yourself, then you can use AI. There are a lot of books that are very easy to make with AI, such as storybooks like these. I have a tool that tells me exactly how much these books are making. So this book, Inspiring Stories for Amazing Girls, very simple book, is doing $100 a day. So this book alone is doing $3,000 a month. And by the way, these screenshots are from Amazon. So this is on Amazon, okay? So this Halloween short stories for kids is doing $94 a day. Bedtime stories and rhymes, $330 a day. Bible stories, $645 a day. So this one book is doing $18,000 a month. Native American stories for kids, $49 a day, $1,500 a month. And if you look inside this book, it's literally just 104 pages of text, simple stories. And these are fiction stories, right? It's not real stories. So if you have a little bit of imagination, and it doesn't even have to be some complicated stories because this is for kids, right? So it's a simple story, and you just write it and compile that into a book, and you can publish it and, start this business. Now, if you can come up with short stories on your own, you can write a book. I also have a step-by-step tutorial. If you want to follow that, I'll leave a link to this video that I've made in the description below. Or if you're more of a design person, or perhaps English is not your first language and you're not confident in your English, skills, and you want to work with other books, then you can do something like coloring books, right? So there's a coloring book literally just on cupcakes doing $70 a day. There's a dinosaur coloring book, $78 a day. Unicorn coloring book, $258 a day. Mindfulness coloring books, $440 a day. Anxiety relief coloring book. And there are so many different topics of coloring books that you can go and create. You can also publish books like journals and planners, right? Very few text, just some activities, journal, prompts and stuff like that. This is doing $500 a day between mom and me. So mother and son journal, where you pass it to each other and both of them fill it out. We have a journal for grandmas, gratitude journal, father-daughter journal, prayer journal for teen girls. This book is doing $1,600 every single day. And before you say, oh my gosh, Sean, this is so unethical using ghostwriters or AI to create these books. Well, believe it or not, most books from celebrities, politicians, athletes, right, are all ghostwritten. Like every single one of these books are ghostwritten. We have Richard Branson, super, successful business guy. We got Hillary Clinton here. We have John C. Maxwell and Stephen Covey. Stephen Covey, this book is literally like one of the top best-selling self-help books of all time. And this was ghostwritten. So it's a lot common than you think. And honestly, this whole mindset of just because you use a ghostwriter or AI to write a book, it's automatically bad, just doesn't make sense. Because let's be real here, right? Just because you wrote the book yourself without the help of ghostwriters, without the help of AI, it does not make it automatically good. Like you can write the book yourself and it can be way worse than my ghostwritten book. Okay. So as long as you focus on quality, you are producing high quality books, something that customers enjoy, then no matter how you make it, it doesn't really matter much. So this is exactly why I believe selling digital products by leveraging Amazon is the most beginner-friendly business to achieve total freedom. So hopefully this all made sense to you. Once again, I wanted to back up everything I say with as much logic as possible, so it kind of became a longer video. But we talked about why this is the best business model for beginners, but we didn't talk about how to actually get started with this. Well, that is because if I go into that now, this video will be way too long. So in terms of how to get started with this, you got some options, right? Option number one is just watch my many free tutorials on YouTube. I have a crap ton of tutorials on this channel. So if you just go and watch those, you're gonna get a very good idea of how KDP works. The problem with option number one is that the videos are all over the place. So you will have to watch a lot of videos, kind of, piece through information from this video and that video. Although my videos are pretty damn good, it's still gonna take you some time. Now, option two is you can join my 7-day book challenge. This is a challenge that is currently free. I am pretty sure that we're gonna charge this in the future. I don't know when that's gonna happen, but if you're watching this right after the video is live, it should be free for a little bit, okay? So make sure to act on it because I'm not lying here. We are gonna charge for this. But basically, it is a challenge where you can follow along and create a book and publish it on Amazon within 7 days. It is a really good challenge. A lot of people are loving it. If you guys want to join and do this as well, then the link is in the description below. It'll take you to this page. Just put your name and email so you can get access to the challenge and you can get started. Now, option number three is if all of this makes sense and you're like, Sean, I don't need to hear anything else. I'm ready to go all in. I see the opportunity. I want to take advantage of it as soon as possible. If that is the case, then I do have a complete Amazon KDP coaching program that you guys can join. So the link to this page is also in the description, but you can watch the video to learn more about what is included in this coaching program. If you want to apply to see if you're a good fit for this program, you have to apply for us to accept you. You can't just join, right? You can apply it here in this form. If you want to learn more about what's exactly included or, the testimonials of other students, these are all the testimonials. We have Martino saying he went from $200 a month to making over 10K per month consistently. We have Toby over here doing $30,000 in a single month. We have Anchor over here doing $93,000, almost 100K in a single month. We have Josiah here, $33,000. Laz, 2K a day, right? And we have people getting bestseller badges, 50K, 60K, a lot of success stories that you can go and watch. It's a lot here. And you can also kind of see what's included in the module section. So like these are the course modules and the bonuses and a little more testimonials. So you guys can go and check that out. Once again, the link is in the description. All right, guys. So in conclusion, obviously I am a little bit biased because I do teach this and I do sell a course on it. But I genuinely believe that Amazon KDP is one of the best businesses to start right now. And at the very least, it is the best business that I started myself. Now, if you don't like me for whatever reason, you don't have to join my course. You can join somebody else's course or just learn KDP from somebody else. But I hope that you at least learn something in this video. Mainly, the big takeaway is that you want to consider the kind of lifestyle that you want to live before you go and build a business. Once again, you don't want to build a business just because it's profitable and then trap yourself into that lifestyle that the business gives you. Like, a lot of people, a lot of my friends who start an agency business just because it's profitable and they're making money, but they hate their life, right? You don't want to do that. Like for me, freedom is very, very important. The only tattoo that I have it says freedom in Japanese. It's super important to me. I really don't like doing sales calls. I really don't like meetings. All I want to do is just wake up and decide to do whatever the hell I want to do that day, right? And I have that right now. I have absolute financial freedom, complete time freedom, location freedom as well. I'm traveling the world, you know, working online. I'm in Thailand right now shooting this video, and I've been traveling all over the world. You can follow me on Instagram and see all my travels and where I've been to. But that's the kind of lifestyle that I want to live, and Amazon KDP provides me with that. Obviously, I do YouTube as well, but YouTube is, believe it or not, way harder than Amazon KDP to travel the world with, because I have to carry around a bunch of recording equipments like big cameras, you know, lights and tripod, and you know, it takes a lot of space. So it's not as flexible as Amazon KDP in that sense. But anyways, hope this made sense. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment any questions you have. This was a longer video, so if you made it to the end, let me know in the comments that you made it to the end. Subscribe if you haven't yet. And all the links that I mentioned in this video is once again in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.